Hi YouTube, Lizzie B here, and as planned, I had my teeth extracted yesterday. And so wanted to talk to you a little bit about that and show you what it looks like and tell you about the process. So they extracted 3 teeth total, 2 up top, 1 down bottom. And here they are, the teeth right behind the canines. So right there, and then right there. So I might as well get used to knowing that my mouth is going to look different. When I get the wire put on, it'll really bring attention to my mouth. So my experience was not really as bad as I thought it would be. I was a little nervous and scared. I mean, they are pulling teeth out of my face. But my dentist was really good. He had a great bedside manner, and he was just really just thorough and made sure that he walked me through each step, like told me what he was going to do. And my dentist before that did my like when I had to get fillings and that kind of thing, he was great, but he didn't really walk me through things too much. It was just like, okay, so we're gonna do this filling on this tooth, sit back, and then okay, open wider, I'm gonna put this needle, and he puts a needle and then he's scraping and doing all kinds of stuff, and I had no idea what was going on. This dentist, not only did he explain every single thing that he was going to do before I sat, before I leaned back in the chair, but then he actually walked me through it as he was doing it. So they did not give me, they gave me an anesthetic, but they didn't give me the kind, like the laughing gas kind that I've seen on a few videos. With this, he just gave me the topical anesthetic, the kind that they put on a little Q-tip and tastes like coconut. So he put that in and then let it sit a little bit, and then he put the needle, Q-tip here, Q-tip there, Q-tip here, anesthetic, anesthetic, anesthetic. And next thing you know, all this is numb and this is numb. And I think he put a little bit extra down bottom because it wasn't getting numb quicker. And his main thing, and this is why I love this dentist, he was so great. His main thing was like, I don't want you to feel any pain. And I'm like, bless you. Thank you so much. And so I felt no pain. Like, it was just completely numb. I didn't feel my mouth at all. And so he's like, okay, so what I'm going to do is wiggle your tooth and it's going to feel like slight pushing. And so he's wiggling my tooth with something that looks like tweezers. And then next thing you know, he's like, oh, we're done. And it was just weird because I think he thought that I must have, he's like, you feel that pushing? I'm like, I don't feel anything. All I knew is that he was wiggling his hand and then he's pulling it away and my tooth was gone. And he's like, oh, that was easy. And I think it took maybe 30 seconds this was the first tooth he did. Then he goes over to this side, does this tooth, and then he does this one last. Each one took 30 seconds, if that, just wiggling my tooth and then pulling it out. And the only thing that I felt was maybe it felt like somebody was pushing down on my tooth. That's it. No feeling whatsoever, just pressure. And that pressure was so slight that for the first tooth, I didn't know that he'd taken it out. I just thought he had given up, maybe, because he's just wiggling it and his hand goes away. He's like, okay, well, that's done. And I'm like, oh, shoot, like my tooth is gone, So the worst part about getting your teeth extracted is recovering afterward and the care that you have to take afterward, because it's really hard to avoid a gaping hole in your mouth, especially when there's 3 of them. And so one of the things that I read when people talked about recovering, making sure that your mouth recovers in a healthy way from a tooth extraction, is that, oh, just chew on a different side of your mouth. But I have, teeth extracted on both sides, so I have exposed gums on both sides. The main thing is that you don't want to break the blood clot that forms on the gum, because that allows your gums to heal. So you don't want to break that and then continue to bleed, because you know, it just won't, your gums won't heal. So that's the main thing that I was concerned about. I had a smoothie afterward, like maybe a few hours later, when my feeling came back into my lips and I was able to hold liquid in my mouth. But at one point I drank some water and I had swished it around my mouth. And then when I went online, it was like, no, don't do, you know, don't do that. Like, you're not supposed to rinse out your mouth because it might break the blood clot. So there's so many rules and things that you're supposed to do. And I was worried because I'd done a few of them, but ultimately you just have to leave your gums alone and just let them recover, let them form that blood clot so that you can heal quicker. And just stick to soft foods like soups, and but not too hot, because again, hot or maybe even really cold, I'm not sure about cold, but I know nothing should be too hot because it'll mess up that blood clot. So that's the main thing that I learned, is that you don't want to disturb the blood clot. You want to just let it, you know, just heal peacefully. And that was the hardest thing for me because I was starving, but I had a smoothie, and then later that night I had some soup, and it was like lukewarm and perfect, but it was hard to get things down because I couldn't chew. You know, I had to push things maybe to the back of my teeth, and I didn't want anything to get stuck in the holes in my extraction. So it's been tough. The main thing that having my teeth extracted has affected has been eating. So that, and yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now I'm a little self-conscious about my smile because you know, you can see the gaps, especially on this side. So I've been kind of doing a half smile, looking crazy, but I'm looking forward to when I get the wire, because it will cover the gaps a little bit more. And from what my niece, who has braces, told me, hi Kaylee, it kind of, the gap kind of closes up pretty quick. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, the extraction process was not bad at all, and I'm happy that I got it done. And now on to the next thing, on the road to straight teeth. So let me know if you have any questions or comments, and you know, leave them below. And yeah, that's it. Don't forget to subscribe, and bye.